Well, if you're a Chelsea fan, chances are you're not having a very happy Christmas right now because Chelsea have lost 2-1 to Wolves away last night, and it's yet another loss under Mauricio Pochettino, yet another loss, yet another embarrassing performance, yet another humiliating defeat. And Chelsea, yet again, still have more losses than wins this season in the Premier League. And Chelsea now have the joint most losses in the Premier League in 2023. 19 games lost this calendar year. 19! And we have 2 games left. You best believe it's going to be 20. You best believe it could be 21. Because there is no change in this club. No change in system. We are rotten from top to bottom because of Todd Bowley and Clear Lake. And it's not going to change whether you bring in Jose Mourinho or Pep Guardiola. Because it's not just about the manager, it's not just about the tactics. And before we start with this game, I just want to mention Nkunku because, he scored his first goal and you want to feel happy for him. But in the circumstances, you just can't generate the happiness. So I want to get him out of the way as the first thing of this video because he is exempt from all this criticism. Because that's what a top attacker does. He comes on in the limited time he has, no matter the situation, he manages to score. Now I'm just thinking if he hadn't conceded that stupid second goal, that could have been the headline. And Nkunku comes in and saves Chelsea, rescues a draw. And unfortunately it isn't, and we've got a lot to talk about this game. So guys, before we start this game, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 900 subscribers today by Christmas. This game started off well, but then every game starts off well for Chelsea until it becomes into a normal Chelsea game. Game started off well, we're creating chances, but as always, none of us can score. Breuer gets a chance, takes a heavy touch, ball is cleared out. Nicholas Jackson cannot control the ball to save his life. He just can't. He's been played as winger yesterday. For some reason, Pochettino prefers Jackson playing as winger over Mudryk. So Jackson played as winger and he cannot control the ball to save his life. Sterling was the one creating all the attack, all the chances. He was doing pretty good. And I want to compliment Sterling, but of course I can't because of what he ends up doing next. He wins the ball, so again, credit to him. He's doing everything right. But it's a 3 versus the keeper, 3v1. Instead of squaring it to Palmer or Jackson, I understand, alright? If he doesn't trust Jackson. I understand. But he has scored tap-ins this season before, alright? I do not mistrust Jackson in that situation. But there's Palmer. At least there's Palmer. Sterling has no excuse to not pass, except if he scored, which he didn't. He shot it straight at Jose Sa. It's a save, and that is the best opportunity of the game gone. And that causes a complete shift in momentum. Wolves are now confident, and they keep going on attacks and attacks. Okay, Chelsea still dominate the game, but we've lost the confidence. We've lost the plot, and then Wolves, second half comes in. The one chance Wolves get from a corner, they score, it's 1-0, and I instantly know that we're going to lose. And the whole time we trail 1-0, all I can think about is that Sterling miss. Because no matter how good you played the rest of the game, he even got an assist for the Nkunku goal, but no matter how good you do, that was unforgivable. That was genuinely unforgivable, and I'm glad in a slight bit that he's suspended for the next game. Because what he's done is unforgettable. And you know what? I bet he's glad too. Because he's going to be thrown bottles, whatever, by Chelsea fans if they see him in public. Because what he has done, when your club is struggling, when your club is desperate for points, for wins, for form, for some good form, when your manager is under pressure, when your players are under pressure, when the owners are under pressure, it's not about you. Just pass it, throw out your ego, be unselfish, and let the ball go in the back of the net and take the lead. Because that would have made us go 1-0 up, and that changes the entire game. We might have scored another, because that's what momentum does. And he killed the momentum in the game. And then we are 1-0 down, we are down and out. And the lineup, what on earth was that lineup? I understand Caicedo is sick, alright? So we have to play Ugochukwu and Gallagher as the pivot. And then it's a 4-2-2-2. We've got Palmer, Sterling wingers, and then Breuer and Jackson up top. It's like a 4-4-2, 4-2-2-2, whatever you want to call it, alright? But this is not the formation. And he starts Levi Colwill at left back once again. Even though he has Maatsen on the bench. He starts Gusto at right back, which is a good thing. But then, in the 78th minute, as we're chasing down an equaliser, he takes Gusto off. The substitutions made by Poch were senseless today. He brings off Jackson for Nkunku, perfect substitution, totally understand. Broya for Mudryk, perfect substitution, I understand that. But then, he takes off... Who did he take off? He takes off Gusto for Badiashile. He takes off Colwell for Maatsen, that's the sensible decision. But then why does he take off Gusto? He takes off Gusto, Disasi goes at right back, Badiashile comes at centre back, and once again, our attacking threat from the right is gone, because we don't have a full back anymore, we have a centre back playing at right back. So that's our killer threat gone in the last 15 minutes, so I have no idea what Pochettino is doing. And now, I mean, everyone's calling for Pochettino's sack, but I don't think it's necessarily his fault. Because the way he set up us, we were set up for success, let's be honest. But if these players can't finish, if Sterling cannot nail chances like that, what's Pochettino going to do? I mean, he'd love to be on the pitch instead. He could have finished that off. I understand Pochettino out, but who are we going to get in? It might be time off for Pochettino, but there's no point sacking him now. Because there's no one better we can bring in this current market, in the current situation, and he knows these players best. If there's anyone who can do anything, it's got to be Pochettino. So I'm in favour of Pochettino in at the moment. But then the way we've been drawing and losing, we are now level on points with Bournemouth, with Wolves and Fulham, and then Brentford have a game in hand, they can leapfrog us, and we will be back in 11th. And you best believe, we drop any more points, these clubs will be willing to pounce, and we could end up 14th. And you best believe, if we finish 14th, 12th, 14th, in a region like that for 3 seasons, you best believe it's over. Chelsea are done. Chelsea are finished. So that's how desperate these times have become. And then all I can say is the substitutions make no impact as well. Madueke comes on for, I think, Gallagher. No, sorry, for Leslie Ugochukwu. Madueke comes on. Alright, does some fancy thing. Takes a shot. But again, he can't do anything. I thought Madueke was quite impressive. But then there is no end product. There is no output. And Nkunku is the only one who can do something from a Sterling cross. Heads it in. The guy's not 6'4". Alright, but still he can head in a simple tap in because he has quality, he has experience, which Broya and Jackson just don't have. Broya, I expected more from Broya, honestly. Ever since he's come back from injury, he has looked pathetic. No softer way to put it, he has looked pathetic. There's no other way of saying it. And then Mudryk's there, of course. I mean, he has a Mudryk game. And you know what's a Mudryk game? Comes on, does one flashy dribble, does 2 good passes, shoots a shot somewhere in row Z or somewhere outside the stadium, and that's it. Game over. No goals, no assists, nothing. Mudryk has a typical Mudryk game. Jackson has a typical Jackson game. Doesn't score, messes up. And then Sterling, even though he has a good game, man, Sterling, you just don't know. Sometimes he shows up as prime Hazard. He shows up as this guy. And then the other days he does things like this. It's not gonna work this way. Sterling is the other guy apart from Nkunku, who we look to for that sort of performance. And if he's gonna do things like this, it's unforgivable. This could have easily been a 2-2 scoreline. And I know a draw is not acceptable, but we'll take a draw at this point. Look, we are desperate. Let's be honest, Chelsea Football Club are desperate for wins now. It's a mess, this journey we're on under Todd Bowley. And the recruitment, the players, Pochettino wants more players in the in January. But we're probably going to give him, there's a rumour that Chelsea are looking to buy 2 17-year-olds from Sporting. I am sick and tired of signing players who I didn't know until they signed for Chelsea. Let's be honest, who knew Jackson until he signed for Chelsea? Who knew Mykhailo Mudryk until he signed for Chelsea? Alright, Caicedo we knew from Brighton, but who knew, let's say, Madueke before he signed for Chelsea? Enzo we all knew because of the World Cup, but still 100 million price tag is not worth it. I didn't know Disasi, Badiashile, Gusto, I knew none of them until they signed for Chelsea. Petrovic, that's the problem. We are signing random youngsters and hoping they're going to do good. At this point, take it as a joke, alright? But at this point, Chelsea are better off in the Super League. Because you best believe that we are not qualifying for the Champions League at least 3 or 4 more seasons. Unless Pochettino can do something next summer. Which he's not going to do. I doubt he'll last till the summer. I think that it's going to reach a point where it's going to be too much water under the bridge. And he's going to be sacked. Because even though I'm Pochettino out at this moment, there are enough fans I'm Pochettino in right now, but there are enough fans Pochettino out for him to be sacked now. And it's only going to grow as the results continue like this. The only thing that can save his job is the Carabao Cup. And that's why in the last video I emphasized how important winning the Carabao Cup can be. Because it's the only chance of a trophy this season. There is no hopes of us finishing in the top 8. I doubt we can finish in the top half of the Premier League table now. I mean, that's all for this video, guys. What a pathetic game. The moment we conceded, I knew we were in for a loss. The moment we conceded. So that's all for this video, guys. Hope you had a decent Christmas even after this performance. If you enjoyed, do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 900 subscribers as my Christmas present, so hopefully we can do it. Now see you for the next one, guys. Goodbye.